Okay, I'm going to be doing a beginner's tutorial on how to get started with Polkadot. Really low level stuff. If you don't know anything, you should be able to follow along. That's the goal at least. And so we're going to start with getting a node set up on your computer. What is a node? A node is a way for your computer to interact directly with the Polkadot network. It will allow you to view what's going on chain, and it will allow you to submit extrinsics. Basically, they're transactions. If I want to send dot to my cousin Eddie, I could submit the extrinsic from my node. So we will start by opening up a command prompt. If we're on a Windows computer, we need to download a Linux operating system. We can only do this from Linux. So from the command prompt, we're going to type WSL install. This will install Ubuntu. I've already got it on my computer, so it's nice and quick, but if you don't, you'll see a bunch of files downloading. To let that finish, and then you can close it out and go into search and search for Ubuntu. I've got mine here, and this is basically a Linux computer on your Windows computer. So this is where we're going to run the node from. So now we go to Google, and we want to find the most recent Polkadot SDK version. So we type Polkadot SDK version, and we want to find this link here, releases parity tech Polkadot SDK. None of these other ones will work. We want to find this one specifically. And we go into this GitHub repo. So we copy this address is what we're after. Now back to Ubuntu, and we're going to type wget and then paste in that address. Then /download/ and then we want to get the most recent up-to-date version. So we go back to GitHub, and this is the text that we want here, Polkadot stable 2412. If you're watching this way in the future, this might change, but this is, for me, the most recent up-to-date version is Polkadot stable 2412. So we're going to copy that. Now back to Ubuntu and paste it in there. Then lastly, /Polkadot and enter. So this is going to download the Polkadot SDK onto our Linux operating system. So now if we go ls, we'll see Polkadot show up on the list of files here. Polkadot in white, that means it's just a text file. We want to convert this now into an executable file. So the way we do that is sudo chmod +x and then Polkadot. It's going to ask you for your password. If you're new to Ubuntu, you might have to input a password, or maybe when you get started with, when you first open up Ubuntu, it might ask you to create a password. I'm not sure. So I'll just put in my password. And now this Polkadot file will have changed to an executable file. If we go ls, we'll see it now show up in the list as a green file. So this is basically it. We're ready to run our Polkadot node. So we'll type /Polkadot, and then we want to specify the chain that we're running. So we'll type chain Polkadot. If you want to run a Kusama node, you could type Kusama in there, and you could also run a Kusama node if you'd like. So we're ready. We hit enter, and this is starting up our Polkadot node. So it takes a few seconds to load, and then we'll start to see blocks populate into our command prompt here. So now every 6 seconds, Polkadot's block time is 6 seconds. We'll see a new a new block pop up. So now if we scroll up, we want to find this bit of text here, node name gigantic person. We want to make a mental note of our node name. It just spits you out a random one. It's going to be different for you. So for me, it's gigantic person. Now if we go back to Google and type Polkadot telemetry, this website will show us all the nodes from around the world. So these are all the different nodes and their location. It's kind of cool to scroll through here and see all the different places around the world that are running a node. And so to find ours, let's just sort this by, if we click here, it'll sort by name of the node, and our node, if I remember correctly, was gigantic person. So we'll scroll down to the G's. Yep, gigantic person right here. That's my location. And you'll see your node actually show up on the list as gray. So this means it's updating, it's still bringing itself up to speed with the blockchain. This process can take hours and hours, like over 30 hours sometimes. But then once you're up to date, your node will show up in white, and you'll basically have a fully functioning node running from your computer. So that's basically it. You're connected to the blockchain, your computer's connected to the blockchain. Very cool. We'll continue this in the next episode with some more cool stuff.